Hvor rakk den bussen? Dette skal vi ta i.
Gardens. Here you were free to walk, sit and lie on the grass. Just take your picnic basket and some games for fun. There are a number of interesting stories and plenty of gossip about the royal family. The present monarch, King Harold, had quite an adventurous childhood.
Da fost niște crengi de pom care au lovit în...
Only 3 years old, and the royal family fled to Oslo. Harold, separated from his father, Crown Prince Olav, left for Sweden with his mother and her 2 elder sisters. Later, they moved to the US to settle in a suburb of Washington, D.C. When the war was over, they all returned to Oslo to be greeted by thousands of people celebrating in the streets of the capital. The love story between King Harold V and Queen Sonia is very much a modern-day fairy tale. Crown Prince Harold met Sonia Haraldsson at a dinner party, and as you can imagine, like in every good fairy tale, it was love at first sight. The two were forced to date secretly, as Sonia was a commoner, and Harold's father would never have approved of the relationship. He wanted his son, the heir to the throne, to marry a princess, a girl from a noble family. After 9 years, Harold declared that if he couldn't marry Sonia, then he wouldn't marry at all. This put the royal family at risk, as there was no other heir to the throne. In the end, the king accepted their relationship, and both he and the parliament consented to the marriage. The couple finally got married in 1968 in Oslo Cathedral. You will have worked out by now that Norway is a monarchy. Actually, the current monarch, King Harald V, is related to both the Danish and the English royal families. How did the House of Glucksberg ascend to the throne of Norway? Norway was part of a union with Sweden until 1905. When it became independent, a referendum was held to decide the form of government. Norway was declared to be a monarchy, and the throne was offered to Prince Carl of Denmark from the House of Glucksberg. Today, Norway is a constitutional monarchy, based on the Constitution of Norway from 1814. The monarch is the head of state, and although his duties used to include appointing and dismissing the Prime Minister, his role is now largely ceremonial, though he is still Commander-in-Chief of the Norwegian Army and the Council of State. The monarch also represents the country abroad, so you can see the monarch has many duties, but all executive powers are exercised by the Prime Minister. We should also note that Norway is one of the most highly developed democracies in the world. If you like winter sports, the Holmenkollen National Arena is the place to be. It's hosted numerous World Cup events and even the Winter Olympics of 1952. Here you can find the oldest ski museum in the world, a biathlon stadium, and a famous ski jump called the Holmenkollbakken, which is an 134-metre hill. Though tourists are not allowed to use the ski jump, you can marvel at the view of Oslo from the top, and even descend by zip line if you want.
and when you write names, it's always big letter.
To Metro Line number 1, to Holmen Ski Museum and Town. Let's talk a bit about Norwegian gastronomy. One of the signature ingredients of Norwegian cuisine is brunost, a brown cheese, which is a staple in Norwegian kitchens. Usually cut thin with a cheese slicer and then placed on top of buttered toast or warm waffles. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. Although it's called cheese, it's actually made of goat's milk and whey, which is cooked for hours and then caramelized. The resulting product, which most typically has a fudge-like consistency and is salty to taste, has many different forms and textures. This speciality is quite common in supermarkets and even in souvenir shops. Try one for yourself, and then take home some different varieties. They're all lovely and delicious. Soon we're going to stop by the Vega Landscaping Park that you can visit for free. The Fiendland Park is a huge public park and garden located close to the centre of Oslo. It provides a large reception area for people tired of the hustle and bustle of the city. In good weather, many people gather here to enjoy the sights and scents of 150 different species of rose. People come here to run, exercise, have a picnic, or just lay around and relax. There are facilities such as Frogner Stadium and an open-air bath for those who prefer other means of relaxation. If you are looking for something more artistic, you can visit the Fiendland installation, which is a beautiful sculpture park, or the Oslo City Museum. The Fiendland installation has more than 200 pieces of art made from cast iron, granite and bronze, each carrying a lofty message about mankind. The place is one of the most visited attractions in the city. The Vega... Stop number 3. The Vega Landscaping.
Men her vi har vært.
Steps in.
I går vi har vært her.
Nu acum stăm aici. Stop number 3, I don't know. Why don't know what that means.